welcome to the Super Arcade Show.
By accident.
Hello everybody! Welcome to this week's Super Arcade Show! I'm joined as always by the fantastic Sam, just below me. Not my penis.
I want
Sam.
to become famous! I want to be big, I want to be a name, I want to be in movies, I want to grow up, I want to have fans, I want to be a fame, I want to have boobies. Hello. I forgot all the lyrics to that song.
Mission I got there exactly.
Nailed it in my mind.
Wow. I'm joined by the lovely Lewis. Oh, Lewis has also got some brew. Double brew. But you've got extra.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Extra taste.
Have we rebanned him?
Are we what?
Andy, you banned him and Mish removed the ban because you've done it just after. So we might want to reban the man.
Well, on my screen it still says banned, so...
No, it says banned and then remove banned. So Mish has unbanned the bannee.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but I can
hello.
ban...
We are also joined by Nadia.
So I was going to say, there's the tiny Nadia down there.
I've melted. I'm cooked.
You look warm. It must be said. You look very warm, and you slid in your chair down like the.
I'm just melting. I'll stop, right?
And we're joined by...
Huh?
Lou is here also.
Oh, yes, sorry. I did do Lewis,
Did
but
I
I got
not?
distracted
I
by
thought I
his
got
brew.
introduced already.
He did, yeah. But the iron brew distracted me, so. But thank you, Sam.
There we go. Out money.
Welcome to our weekly talk show. This is where we sit and chat nonsense about ourselves, our lovely
The
business.
dark void enveloping Andrew.
It's because that lamp's on. If I turn it off, you'll see properly. I also had to move the I'm still a dark void. I also had to move the. It's getting worse. Oh god. I had to move the baby head. Actually, the baby face fell off the lamp. The elastic on the back came loose. So he's currently residing above the lamp. I can probably pop my camera up. You see his little at the top there. Yeah.
You also need a chair. Good.
I'm in a chair. I'm sitting in this chair.
He's just straddling
This
it.
is my chair. I've also pulled my headphones out.
There are many others like it, but this one is
the
mine.
chair the bottom of the chair's falling out. Oh no! Oh god! I'm just stuck with this.
Only arcade pop.
What's happening? Oh god! Where's the cable gone?
But I feel like he's going to try and sit on
I
it.
can't hear you.
Get it in a really uncomfortable
Okay,
place.
I fixed it. Okay, let's put the chair back together.
I will be back later to clip this.
Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. That was.
He's clipped it for you.
He's not though, because it's wrong.
For those of you listening in the future on any of your favourite podcast softwares, for example, Spotify, and I can't remember all the other third-party ones.
Spotify.
We're on about 5
Apple
different.
Music.
We're not on Apple Music. We got rejected from Apple Music. Actually, sorry to say. Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcast.
Yeah, we got
Why did you
rejected.
get
Well-
rejected?
Part of me feels
We're
proud
taking-
about that because Apple is scum sucking.
Yeah, rejected. But
Why
it's
did we
fine.
get rejected from the biggest podcasting platform in the world, regardless of their scum suckingness or not?
Is it because I often say that they're trash?
Possibly. I'm working on it. Don't worry, I'm working on it. Our old stuff is still up there, just not allowed to put the new stuff up apparently. But there we go. Hides iPad and your entire iMac, Mish. Yeah, good idea.
A little harder.
Apple has standards!
But yeah, for those of you who are listening in the future, the audio description version of what just happened is that I stood up in my chair. The chair attached itself to me. However, the legs of the chair did not, and they came loose. So there you
At
go.
the same time, he pulled his headphone cord out of his PC.
It's on an extension, so it didn't hurt anything, so it's all good.
And the darkness is encroaching from behind.
But yeah.
Lewis just got engulfed by an entire dinosaur, so we're
Yeah.
just gonna have to go without him.
Yep.
And Andy looks like part of Team Instinct from Pokemon Go.
Yeah, baby.
I look like a generic white man, and you have joined us for a generic episode of the Super Arcade Show. That's right, it's so generic that this happens every damn week, so you better join us, you better become part of the arcade crew. We do it every week, we come together for the first time in forever, the only time we see each other, whatever the weather. It's a Super Arcade Show where we talk about this week in gaming news, we sometimes play a little games, and we also check in on how everyone's week has been. Nadia's sleepy, so I'm going to ask her how her week's been. Nadia, how's your week been?
Been good. I'm older now.
She is.
Congratulations.
A belated happy birthday from myself and everybody in the chat. It's been a week.
Thank you.
How is this year? How is this new year beginning for you?
Is this regeneration?
It's been quite warm. So global warming, you know, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good welcome.
Yeah.
I had a tea party on Saturday,
Fancy.
which was very lovely. It was quite fancy. There was prosecco. There was a couple of my friends in my garden, and it was all very lovely, talking about things that were probably inappropriate to talk about in a open garden, in which most of my neighbours could probably hear.
This makes sense.
Thanks for the happy birthday, Janie. I have new pins on my banner, which is behind me, and I would have thought ahead and I could have brought that out. I've got new pins. Lewis gave me some pins, which are super cute, and my friend Sleepy Sheep also gave me some new pins, which are also super cute. And the lovely Totana 3D printed me tiny slimes.
Excellent.
One of the tiny
good job.
slimes ran away. Poor animal slime.
What
These
are
are all
the tiny-
slimes.
What are the tiny slimes from?
They are from Genshin Impact, because of course they are.
Obsessed.
I have a problem. I have such a problem that I'm trying to figure out a way that I can make my honours project about Genshin Impact. Where did you go, Dendron? You're that way.
While Nadia tracks down a slime, I'm going to do a quick Sam branded plug. If you want to see the first time ever that Sam, that's right, me, the man speaking now with a beard, the first time I've ever played Genshin Impact, go and join us on the R-CADE Glasgow Patreon right now, because in a couple of weeks' time that video is going to be going up. Or, in fact, wait 2 days, join us at the beginning of the month. That's the best time to do so. You get a full month of all the wonderful gaming content, including all the gameplays that have since been put up every Sunday on the dot, as well as access to previous content that we've done, other videos, wrestling stuff that I did that involves me making an idiot of myself, and all the blogs that we used to write and still continue to write on a semi-regular basis about different topics, whether it be old, new, or new.
But yeah, that's kind of been my week. I went for a walk today.
Like a Big Mac truck.
And I don't know what the hell else I've done.
Sunstroke is really kicking in. Yeah.
It's really not great. I also did not drink any water yesterday except for Prosecco and
That's
gin.
not-
So that was a real
One of them is
stupid
white.
idea.
There's some water in those. Some. Very small amount, but there's some. Did you wear hats today? Is my question. Did you protect?
I didn't. I did wear sunscreen though, because space buns don't go well with hats.
Just crochet a hat that fits your space buns then.
That's over my space buns. That's weird.
Has holes.
Also, if
currently-
you crochet it, it's going to be really hot because it's going to be.
Yeah, it's also gonna be really warm. I'm currently crocheting a duck right now, so I need to concentrate on that. But yeah, that's been my week. Lewis, how's your week been?
I'm just enjoying the physical comedy of Andrew, who, again, for the audio description of everybody, ducked.
I'm also the color of a duck. I mean, like I am the epitome of a
Quack.
rubber duck right now. If I put my hat, although I have a Pikachu face on this.
Andrew's a quack, just for anyone who can hear us right now.
Why does he look like he works at like a Pokemon Center?
Hi, welcome to Tokyo Toys.
Jesus.
What?
I mean, no.
I wouldn't throw that much shade given you're about to be engulfed by it.
What? They're actually looking for staff. If anybody's looking for a job in
You've applied.
anime-centric, wonderful business who are actually friends of ours, then I would suggest Tokyo Toys Glasgow. If you're looking for employment there, actually, I mean, people are losing their jobs left, right, and centre, guys. You gotta help as much as you can. So
I'm there
yeah.
and part-time at R-CADE, right? There's no conflict, is there?
No, at all. No.
Well,
I won't be able to.
but yeah, anyway, my week has been fine. It's been going. 3D printer behind me keeps breaking, but it's just bad filming, and I'm too cheap to buy a better one because yeah. So that was a pain, but roasting hot like all the time. Yeah, because I refuse to wear anything but black because it's me.
It's like
You know the remedy
Yeah,
for that is R-CADE, which is blackout blinds, and like the whole place is a cave of darkness.
Oh, I have
which means
blackout blinds,
It's
but
nice and cool in here.
I have a blackout blind, but I have also a printer on at the same time, and I'm
He's done an
on the
oven.
second floor. So yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
I've been watching a ton of Stargate as well because I went back to that.
Nice.
Playing some Sea of Thieves and Destiny.
Yeah.
Good fun, good fun. Doing some 3D modeling as well. Nothing good enough to show or talk about, but what can you do? I also went to walk today, and it sucked because it was really warm. But I got a haircut.
Yeah.
So.
I want to say, like, how have we managed to never bump into each other? I know that Paisley's not, like, tiny, but we still haven't ever bumped into each other walking up the street.
That's because Lewis dives into the bush as soon as he sees you coming.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really easy to spot me, but, like, no.
Quite easy to spot me as well. I usually have a giant red snake on my back from this denim jacket, but
Mesh, that's me.
um,
Apparently I'm getting fired, according to Mesh.
rude. But yeah, that's been me. Haircut, printing. Good. It's amazing how much better you feel
Oh,
about like yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror after a haircut.
what the?
I do anyway. Sam, how's your week been?
I don't know. Andrew's kind of freaking out about
He
something.
is.
So
I can't hear anything is the problem, I think.
he's dead. He's lost his hearing.
Yep.
Can't hear.
Can you hear us, chat? Andrew can't. Perhaps you
What's
can.
happened?
You hear us?
Oh, I know what's happened. One sec.
We can
Sean.
be
Us.
heard.
All right. Do you guys want to like do an a cappella or something?
Okay. I mean, without Andy, then
I want to dance again.
It's okay.
Guilty
It's okay.
feet of
What
God.
acapella version of that? No.
I know you guys could all hear each other. The stream could still hear you and everything. You guys can all hear, but I couldn't because I have the weirdest setup going right now. Basically, the audio's coming out of my PC, going into this monitor, but also going into a television that's on the other side of the bar. And so my headphones are plugged into the television. So the TV has an automatic shut off if it's been on for too long, and so the TV went to sleep and I lost audio because my cable's now coming around this side of the bar to get to the TV. So yeah, sorry, it was just me going deaf because the telly went to sleep. Nothing to do
I
with
like
you
to
guys.
imagine there's like a Rube Goldberg machine just on the background
To
all
turn
the time.
on the PC, yeah, you have
Yeah.
to like hit a domino at the front of the shop and it all
And
goes
it's like,
and it's like ball swings out of nowhere and yeah, there you go. Anyway, so the most
that's over a
roundabout
bunch
way.
of Nintendo games as dominoes.
It's the only way to, get audio through 4 separate electronic items before putting it into your ears. It's the only way to do it, really. I could just plug my headphones into the PC just here. It would be a lot easier, but whatever. Anyway, sorry, I missed. Did anything? How did I miss?
I asked Sam how his week was.
I was saying careless whisper.
Oh, okay. Okay,
No.
so we're...
My week's been fine. I'll just tell you about my day though, because that's been pretty busy. Woke up! That's right, I'm awake. Uploaded the next 2 gameplays for Patreon. Already talked about that. Plug. I've started writing the next 4 top 5 videos, particularly since I will be without PC for the next week, and then possibly longer than that once I return. Who is to say? Then I had a meeting, I had an interview. I was interviewed about my potential position at the University of Caledonian for a single-year multimedia journalism course, and my God, did I almost kind of not do it very well, but it's fine. Went well, happy with it, made them laugh. Good Sam, good presentation skills. You already know that already, because I smash it here every single week.
Totally.
With my insight and all of the effort and work and energy that goes into researching for the games that you'll see later.
And Jeff was there too.
Jeff was also there, yep. Jeff was there. No, Hardy, which actually worked out well, given most of what I talked about was professional wrestling because of
Also,
otherwise,
you might
all
not
good.
know this. Sorry, Sam.
No,
but
go
everybody, an addendum has been made to our contracts. To be a staff member at R-CADE, you need to have attended Caledonian GCU. You need to have attended it. So we're all.
That definitely means I'm fired then.
Yeah.
They just, I don't know. It's an interesting job. I've been listening to, so I wouldn't be an aspiring journalist if I didn't do my research. So I looked up both of the lecturers who were going to be interviewing me today to just have a look at their work. And I found both their Twitter accounts and have just been listening to one of their playlists all day. So it's been helping me get through work, which has been pretty good.
Nice.
But you know, you're supposed to do stuff like that if you're applying for this. And it made me realise how little I actually listen to general real world news. So I have now upped my intake by 3,000%. So I will now be insufferable as I say things like, "Have you heard about the crisis in Russia?" To people who don't care and have other things going on in their lives. Otherwise, just prep for me going away forever. You'll never see me again. No. Down to London on Thursday, back up the next Thursday. While I'm there, I'm going to be eating lots of lovely, delicious things, and sending you all photos of them, and looking at a lot of cool projects that the designers of the future have been working on. So it's all going to be real fun.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's me. I don't think I have anything. I mean, you know, probably other things have happened. My basketball team looks like they're going to be losing badly, which is sad, but it's fine. It's fine. Still working on the flat. That's the other update. Flat's almost done. Should have been done a month ago, or at least 2 weeks ago. Hasn't been finished. So when I get back from London, I'll basically be moving in. They best be done by a week.
Or there'll be hell to pay.
Well, more than anything, I get back super late in the evening, and I might just organise to get my office desk delivered on the Friday. So I'm just gonna grab sleeping bag, sleep on a mattress, and
that's
just so
traditional way of moving into a new place. Yeah, that's what.
Everything better, really.
Pizza, sleeping on the floor,
Beautiful update.
being exhausted.
Beautiful update. I met my neighbour. You might remember on the show a couple of weeks ago, I met my neighbours. One of my neighbours through TikTok, and that's the only way that I'd met any of them and interacted. Well, while I was sitting in the flat for 5 hours yesterday waiting on Virgin Media to come and fit some internet, I ended up meeting this neighbour in real life. And not only did I meet this neighbour in real life, which will be fun for everyone, she was wearing a Funhouse t-shirt. So
best friends instantly.
No, unfortunately, it is her boyfriend who also lives in the flat, which is like. So
best friends ever!
I know. It's all going great. It's all going to be wonderful. So
nice.
I have got nothing but positivity. I'm just frustrated that I should have moved on and be doing other things as of 2 weeks ago. That hasn't happened, and so I'm growing increasingly. Because my body can't deal with plans not going ahead when they've been prepared.
Hi.
I'm supposed to be eating bar burrito right now.
Welcome to the last 15 months of mine and Michelle's life. waiting to open R-CADE and not knowing when to.
But that's the difference, Andy, is that I'm not talking about plans not being made. I'm talking about when you make a plan or you prepare something in your mind, and then you can't do that because of other people's. You know, with regards to the last year, my take on it has been, you know, the world isn't going to end tomorrow. We will get there. You know, just don't worry, don't make any plans, it'll be fine. And so now that I've made very low-key plans of just basic stuff like, oh, I'm going down to London, I'll be in the new flat, I can wander across leisurely on the day, I can get a big old bar burrito before I travel down, and that'll be all good. And I can't do that now because I'm stuck out here in the sticks. Nadia now has googly eyes on because she got hold of me talking.
Oh, I just remembered I had crocheted eyes on my desk and I thought it would be funny.
Aww. Sam, I hope it works out, and I hope the trip to London is a safe and fortuitous one, and you get to spend time with your lovely other half.
I'm getting ditched on the first night. I repeatedly said, oh, so I'm coming in at 8 because that'll be after your first day of degree show, so we can just hang out. Oh, there's this place that does Roti Chennai called Roti King, which is a 4-minute walk from the station I'm getting into, and I'm like, sweet, we can go and get that when I get there. And she's like, yeah, that'll be great. And yesterday she's like, oh, so when you get here, my flatmate's boyfriend will let you into the flat. I'm like, eh? She's like, oh, we might be going for drinks. I'm like, might be? Dibs! Anyway. Andrew, how's your week been?
My week's been alright. It's been warm, as Nadia's already touched upon. The last couple of days has been very, very warm. Since Saturday, I believe. It's just been toasty, roasty, toasty. The temperature went down late last week, and then it's just shot back up again this week. So it's been fine. Been melting in the house. We had some drama. We've been streaming a bit more, obviously. Saturday was a fun stream. Being here in the shop with the guys, sorting through all these games. And then there was the drama with Roger, the cat who lives downstairs. When he was kicked by one of the downstairs neighbours and ran away, and we couldn't find him. But he came back, so we found him yesterday, I think it was. We sighted him, so he's okay. He's not hurt, and he seems to be alright. So that's okay. Our downstairs neighbours still we're not sure about, but it's fine. Our neighbours are having a barbecue right now, and it smells amazing. I have to close the window because the smoke is filling the room.
I talked about this last week, didn't I? Where my new flat is above a pub that does pizza and battle buns and chips. And the last couple of times I've been there waiting in for stuff, it's gone past like 4 where they've started prepping for dinner service. And so the entire building smells like a McDonald's because they use like similar fry oil or something. So it's just like, oh, chips!
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be great for my diet when I'm getting back at like 10 at night from playing basketball. And I'm like...
You're going to be sitting in the front room, just shivering.
Shit.
Please, somebody close the windows, please! Somebody close the windows!
Double glazing, bitch. Don't need to close no windows.
I'll buy you an extractor for your birthday, sorted. Yeah, Mish is probably right. It'll be like... Well, I don't know. See, like, Mish says you get sick of the smell and never want to eat fried food ever again.
Oh, no, absolutely. Like, I'm aware of that.
But the thing is, like, when... remember Super Size Me, when that came out and it was all about McDonald's? It just made me...
What are you about to say about me? What are you about to say about me?
No, this is about me. This is about me, not you. This is just me saying that when Super Size came out...
This is Super Size Me, alright?
Yeah.
Super Size You.
All it did was make me want to go get a McDonald's, which is horrible, but yeah.
Yeah. Even the fact that he was having liver failure from McDonald's wasn't
he was getting
enough
some very serious feedback from his doctor. Yeah. It was bad.
It's like that video, Jamie Oliver, when he's showing the kids how to make chicken nuggets, and they're all like, ew, because it's all like chicken mashed up, and then at the end he's like, so who wants chicken nuggets? And they're like, me.
I think I've asked this before, but of these 4 fast food places, which is the worst? Subway, Burger King, McDonald's, and KFC.
Subway.
Subway
had their tuna
KFC.
DNA tested, and it turns out that it had no tuna.
This is because Subway is a franchise. It's not a large conglomerate like the other 3. So it's down to the individual people who buy into the franchise as to how it runs.
McDonald's is also franchised in the UK.
Is it?
Yeah, I used to
some of
work
them
for
are.
a franchise.
No.
Not all of them, but some of them are, yes.
Really? Okay, that's new information for me.
Subway's not banned in Ireland. They just found out it's got a high sugar content.
Oh, was it not salt? High salt in the bread? Was that not the thing?
No, it was too much sugar, so it counts
Sugar,
as cake.
really?
Yeah, so it's tries to they dodge past taxis. Subway tries to dodge past taxis by the content in their bread. It's weird. But yeah, DNA tested tuna. Turns out there's no tuna. So I don't know what the hell is in it. Don't want to know.
Mostly mayonnaise.
I can't remember if it was you who told me that fact before, or if I've just heard it before.
No, I've seen it. I just keep seeing it posted on places where it's just like,
so
turns
good.
out, no tuna.
Good. But anyway, yeah, so I put KFC at the bottom. I don't remember the last time I had an experience that I was like, oh yeah, good. My favourite of all those is Burger King, which
Gravy.
Burger King, yeah.
Weddings.
Agreed. Burger King's top.
The gravy's overrated. Give me some Bisto any day.
Gravy, gravy's a weird thing. Like, let's take.
You can't get gravy from any of those places apart from KFC.
Yeah, but why
Gravy
would
is
you
the
want
toppest tier of food.
Because fried chicken dipped in gravy is top tier, and you need to get over that.
Sauce.
No.
Or just on its own. There's 11 herbs and spices in there. Why are you ruining it with meat liquid?
Because meat liquids.
Gravy is weird, but great. It's like you take the liquid version of the thing you already have in your hand and you dip the thing that's in your hand into the liquid version of that thing to have double the thing.
Gravy isn't chicken.
For some reason, I thought, Nettie, you'd be very against gravy. Like KFC gravy. I don't know why, I just had it in my mind.
Why?
I don't know, just...
Okay,
Finds
so
you to be an anti-gravy person.
I mean, like, you're an anti-pizza person, so, like...
I'm not anti-pizza. I just, when people go to a pizza, I'm going, alright.
I'm a big pizza man.
Being the only one of the 4 of us that's actually worked for KFC, I can tell you that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And
No, I definitely know. I just don't want to think about it.
Good. It's not good.
Like most
Here's
fast food,
McDonald's.
I just don't want to think about it.
And Lewis, I was going to say, with McDonald's,
Yeah. I've just remembered a thing I need to add to my list of places to eat food from in London, and then we can happily move on,
Listen,
but I need to go and get John.
I am the only person... I am one of the few people who didn't get hired at the Maryhill McDonald's because I insulted the manager by accident during my interview. The only other person who hadn't got a job was a junkie.
What did you say?
When he asked me, I was 16, my brother got me the interview, I didn't want to be there, and he asked me why I wanted to work there, and I said it would be a great experience for when I get a real job.
Oh my god.
Admittedly, this interview was happening in the staff room, and my brother and his friends were in the back corner watching me as I said this. And you just see my brother's face hit the freaking table. So I was like, can I leave now? Okay, bye.
Did you start the interview by walking in, sitting down, and going, "Sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come."
No, my brother marched me to that interview. My brother took me to that interview. I couldn't escape.
Oh, Michelle's mentioned Wimpy. I miss Wimpy. I only knew, like, my lifespan was at the tail end of Wimpy's existence. So when I was really young, we'd go on like trips down south and we'd stop at service stations.
Service
at
stations,
Wimpy.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Wimpy. And now I found out they used to have diners in the middle of the city, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, Wimpy's I have only ever experienced when I'm like going somewhere long distance.
Yeah.
Like
Trip thing.
It was always-
Trip thing. Yeah.
school
Burger
trip or
King bought
something.
them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why Burger King's the best.
It was why when people was sort of like this weird liminal space you'd find on like a random journey, where you were just like, this only exists here.
Yeah.
Speaking of snacks, you've got 4 right in front of you, and we have to move on to some gaming news.
Yeah.
Well, no, have we asked Andy how he's been doing?
I know, I hadn't finished what I was my
I know.
week, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm conscious of time.
It's okay. It's okay. We went on a fast food tangent. It's totally okay.
I should have asked questions.
Well, I mean, to just to finish off, yesterday did like 3 streams. It was amazing. You guys all came into chat, so thank you very much for everyone joining me on those. Michelle and I went around charity shops. We picked up some really cool stuff, including this Game Boy Advance, which I got at a charity shop, which had actually a Zelda 4 Swords, which is linked to the past /4 Swords all in one cartridge. So really happy with that. No charger, but I do have spare ones here. Yesterday during our IRL stream, we also had the best takeaway food, which is Greg's, which is top tier. So don't even. Better than McDonald's, better than KFC, and definitely better than Subway.
You didn't say Burger King there.
I know, because I really like Burger King too.
Yeah, they've got the best burger.
I know, like, this is another tangent thing, right? But you know how you get that, like, you get intrusive thoughts? Whenever I have a steak bake, I'm just like, I want to see what this would be like if I scudded it, like, right off of a wall or something. I never do it, because that's a waste of good steak bake, and it's messy and littering. But
Like,
I feel like steak bakes are the ultimate throwable, you know?
I'd like
Cake's
to
satisfying, but like...
It's also scald, like, if you needed it as an extra weapon, they were always burning hot on the inside for some reason.
Yeah.
I always
Cold
find
on the outside so you don't burn your hand,
I
but
don't know,
roasting on the inside.
a chicken bake is usually at least 50 degrees hotter than a steak bake.
no,
that's
it
just me.
congeals real fast.
Yeah.
But that's like gooey
Well, it
liquids.
can-
That would take some layers of skin
No,
off.
no.
It
you
does
should never
congeal
describe
though,
that as
so
a
like, is
positive.
it like napalm then?
I feel like, well, Michelle's just put something in the chat that I was about to say, but slightly different. I was going to say...
Greg's mukbang!
The first
Sorry.
IRL video we recorded when we're all together is going to be skipping scones, and we're just going to go to a lake and just get some scones and just...
You said it both ways in one sentence.
I know,
Why did you do that?
I say scone, but the pun works when you say scone, so...
Yes, because...
Yeah,
Never mind.
I'm just waiting for that video then, and then Andy's going to be like, guys, I thought I had one, but it's gone.
Sorry, I've
You
made
can
that
kill a
joke
duck
before.
with a scone.
That's one of my favourite jokes that I've ever said on stream was when
I know.
Totana came on and said, is it scone or scone? And I said, it's only scone once you've eaten it. And I will never ever make a better joke up than that. Better dad joke than that, sorry. That's so, I'm very proud of
But yeah, it's gonna be like about a boy. We're gonna accidentally kill a duck with a scone.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
I don't
Well,
mind-
I'd like to
I
kill a
don't mind
swan
being
with
on
a
the
stone.
news for that.
A swan with a scone? That's kind of more alliterative. I like that.
Anyway.
We'll have our heads though. We'll be the first decapitations by the crown in at least like 30 years.
But what a way to go though. How did you die? I hit a swan with
I
a
got
scone.
I got scudded. I got scudded with a scone, man.
Which one was getting
Anyway.
slaughtered?
Anyway.
Should we do some gaming news? Let's do some gaming news, guys. Here we go.
It's like
It doesn't actually contain any
any
ham.
crab. Oh,
I've turned the noises off. Like they abused it and they ruined it before the show, so I've turned the noises off temporarily, and they'll be back tomorrow. Or sorry, Thursday when I'm streaming again, hopefully. So, yes, today's gaming news is brought to you by this toothbrush made by Colgate.
Great, Shadow Legends. I mean, no.
It's really not.
it's
That's
gonna spend hair
mattresses.
gel. 75 pence at your local weird store that also sells carpets.
We're gonna kick off with Lewis's news piece first. Lewis, what do you have for us this weeky?
Hello.
Waikiki.
Wee.
Wiki.
Scooby-Doo over there?
I this week for my gaming news, unconnected from Scooby-Doo, have a new map coming out for Hunt Showdown. Which, if you don't know what Hunt Showdown is, it's a kind of battle royale style game, but not proper battle royale. It's like you go in and you want to extract. It's kind of more like Escape from Tarkov in that respect. But it's like you go in with your teams of hunters, you go around the Mississippi Bayou, you go kick some butt, and fight weird, scary monster zombies and stuff. It's a really interesting game because you go in and you fight bosses and come out and collect and keep your hunter that you've had the experience of this whole time. But the news this week is a new map, which would bring the total map pool to 3. It's so far only been teased a lot. It looks really interesting. Like a lot more vertical play than all the other maps. Yeah, looks really good. This is off the back of a new boss from a limited time event where it was like teased a lot during that. But yeah, it's definitely a game that I admire from a distance. I have played it, but I'm bad at it, so I'm like, this is a game to keep an eye on, but not for me to fully enjoy.
Nice.
I've
yeah.
not seen it until you've presented it to us today, Lewis. I will now demand that the first game we play for our arcade team stream while I am in new house is Hunt Showdown, because
It's got that
Yes,
western.
you're-
it's right up my look. I'm wearing a shirt that's weird fish, but it's the good, the bad, the ugly, and the weird fish. I love cowboys.
He
As
does.
you
He
can
loves
tell.
Cowboys. Sam loves a good
Love
cowboy.
cowboys. I
Big
love
fan of
dysentery
Magnificence. Yeah.
It is
I love-
very rootin' tootin'.
and cowboy shooting, and the map looked really cool. There's big silos and stuff like that. 3 maps only kind of disappoints me for a game that's been out since 2018. But for a game I didn't even know existed, that's so much content for me to discover. And it's on the Steam sale right now, as I've just realised.
That's right.
Because you presented this news, I went, I'm going to go look that up, let me load up Steam, and then of course on the front page it's like, it's on sale if you want it.
Yeah. It is.
Please don't.
Um,
Please
Um,
don't tell me to buy a thing.
Available on Steam, PS4, and Xbox One, I believe. Was that right?
yep.
$17.99 on Steam. Or you can get Hades for $13.64.
Ooh, don't tell me that.
No, does
You
not
already
need any more
own-
copies of Hades. Don't.
I have one, that's all I need.
I mean, it's coming to Game Pass, so you'll be okay. Don't worry. Hades is coming to Game Pass. I think it's August. So not next month, but the month after.
Nadia and Andrew, what are your thoughts
That'll
on
be your-
Hunt Showdown, and more specifically, Hunt Showdown Dibbity Boot, because I've forgotten the name of the map.
DeSalle.
DeSalle.
Thank you.
That was kind of cool. I kind of like the vibe of it. I probably will not play it, because as much as I play Siege, I don't actually really play any other shooting games that are more slightly open,
This is true.
because I suck. So, but it looks kind of cool. Again, I'm kind of in the same vein of, I take it, do they have like storyline play as well?
No, not really. It's
So it's
mostly
co-op and online
like
PvP only.
yes. So there are like challenges that are PvP, PvE even like on their own, but the
Right.
main game is
The main
PvP
game is that,
only.
and they have 3 maps,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they came out in
Um,
2018.
No, 2019. Sorry, I was about to correct myself.
2019?
And it was
2019, right, okay. I will forgive them for 2019 because you said 2018, but it's 2019 and the world's kind of been heck since then. So
2020 doesn't really count, so yeah.
Don't really count. So actually,
it's
3 maps, I'll give them it.
it's one of those games that has like it struggled for a little bit, but recently it's had a lot of a bigger uptick.
Yeah, it's got
and the
more
devs
potential.
have definitely been putting some good work in to so I can recognize that.
That's
I'm
good,
gonna-
because that does
I'm
happen in
gonna-
some games.
I'm going to assume it's quite a small development team as well, if that's the case.
500 employees. What?
I've only heard of the game once before you've mentioned it today, or yesterday, Lewis. This is the I've not really looked into it too much. I knew of its existence, but didn't really research into it personally. So, thank you for pointing me in the direction of it. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Unthank you for pointing me in the direction of something else to suck money and time from my precious little life.
Nice. Moving on. We'll keep it in the realm of shooters because we'll move on to Sam's news actually, which is shooter related or shooter-esque. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Sam Shoehorns Wrestling into everything. No, it's been a slow news week for gaming news, and this is something that we have never talked on the show about, I don't believe, but has had an update. Former WCW five-time champ of WCW Booker T, former WWE and TNA wrestler as well, also known as King Booker, in the late 90s had a gimmick called G.I. Bro, which was basically a G.I. Joe character come to life. Supposedly had the same gimmick in the early 90s, but it's most well known as being one from the late 90s. And in 2019, it came out that he was suing Activision for their use of the character David Prophet Williams in Black Ops 4 because Booker T believed that Prophet was based off of the G.I. Bro character present in a comic book based on G.I. Bro. Yes, that's right. It's a comic book based on a wrestling character, which is based on a comic book character that also sold toys. So he launched this lawsuit, and this week it's come out that he's lost the lawsuit. He was looking for relief from Activision, from Blizzard specifically, and from the Major League Gaming Corporation, because he felt that since the game had grossed over $1 billion, he was entitled to some of that because the character was based off of him. And of course, therefore, the popularity was also based off of this man. Just thought it was worth pointing out, worth discussing, worth looking at the photos of him as G.I. Bro. Andy's got the trailer up here for the character of Prophet.
Yeah.
There was also attached to the article I'd originally sent him a great photo of Booker T dressed as G.I. Bro, looking massive.
Yeah.
So.
I read the article that you sent over, Sam, and it was basically saying, or part of the lawsuit was that Booker was displeased, to say the least, with one of the promo photos that Activision had used for the game, and that was. I'm just going to skip that forward to there because that's where I wanted it for later. This one here, which is the promo photo for Black Ops 4 of the character Prophet in a very specific pose, dressed in a very specific way, which Booker T took issue with because it is so close to a promo photo of Booker himself. As you can see, it's on the screen now. The angle of the gun, the sort of the positioning of the character, maybe slight change in the camera angle, but he wasn't too pleased about their use of that. But it's been thrown out, hasn't it, Sam? Basically, the lawsuits they've went, no, don't be silly. It's not close enough for us to really say this is an infringement of a intellectual property, I think was what she was
Yeah.
going for.
The argument is also made that, first of all, it's not close enough, and then Activision also asserted that WWE actually would own the rights to the G.I. Joe character
That's
through the
true,
purchasing of WCW.
Yeah.
Booker T says, no, that's only with relation to wrestling. I own the rights to things like the comic books, so messy. Nadia, what were your thoughts?
So, it turns out the Activision only really needed to do is go, well, here's several other men that look slightly similar. Even though it does look disturbingly similar. Where you're like, But there was going to be one of those ones that was hard to, as long as they turn around and go, any likeness shared with someone in real life is purely accidental, they'll cover themselves.
Yeah. I mean,
An extract from the Wrestling Inc. article.
Yeah.
Activision maintained that both characters merely involved black military men with dreadlocks standing in a generic military pose while holding weapons.
Yeah, that was going to be what I was going to say is at one point, like, people are going to make similar things. I understand that these are very similar. It was probably on the artist's mood board, not going to lie. But
this is true. I mean, this harks
also
back to the Resi characters that looked like that horror movie that we were talking about. Remember with
yes,
Village?
Franken Army.
Except that Frankenstein's Army, but that was
very
like,
that was stupidly close.
There's accidentally, these two guys kind of look similar. Then there is a plain man.
Yeah, propeller head.
I know. I mean, what are the odds of somebody who works for Activision having seen Booker T as G.I. Bro? What are the odds? I mean, why would anybody that likes video games also like wrestling, and have him as an inspiration for making a character?
As Sam has proven, most wrestlers don't like games.
Well, most old wrestlers don't like games.
Yeah.
Old wrestlers get really uppity. This new generation, all playing video games instead of stabbing each other. Anyway, we can move on.
Sorry, Booker, not happening.
The judge said, G.I. no.
No. Beautiful, Sam. Beautiful. Moving on, I've pulled out a piece specifically regarding the new Windows update, or the new Windows release. Sorry, it's not even an update. It's Windows 11, which is going to be. They were hoping to get it out by the end of 2021, by the end of this year, but it might end up being pushed back into the start of next year, into Q1 2022. Depends on several factors. But there was news out. It was a few days ago.
I would now like to just point out here, I will now have zero input on this story because there were a lot of numbers and words that I didn't understand. Please continue, Andrew.
It's okay. So there was a drop of this trailer, which I'm going to play now, for Windows 11, which is this trailer dropped 5 days ago, I believe, on the 24th of June, and it basically shows you a few different aspects of the UI and stuff, a few different things that are going to be happening with Windows 11 once it drops for the public. But the news article regarding gaming that came out is that Windows 11 is going to be fully integrated with a lot of Xbox Series X sort of tricks and things. Basically, Auto HDR is going to be integrated into Windows 11. You're going to be able to use that with your Game Pass games. Auto HDR is the system where Xbox uses HDR lighting and color treatments on older software. So Xbox original games and Xbox 360 games make use of Auto HDR on the Series X and S, actually, to make the games look prettier. So this is going to be built into Windows 11 once it comes, if your PC is capable of doing it, of course. The other thing is that it's also going to use direct storage, which means load times are going to be improved for games within Xbox Game Pass as well. So you're going to see faster load times if you have, again, the relevant hardware like an M.2 drive, for example.
I automatically hate this.
This advert is awful.
Well, no. But above and beyond that, one is they went, are we siding sort of at an angle? Windows icon is now facing forward.
It's back to
also,
perfect square.
It's now justified to the middle of the screen, and that enrages me.
Your start menu's in the middle of the screen, but you can put it on the side if you want. I mean, it's not. That's the way
I hate
default
it.
comes.
Also, get that edge out of there.
If I'm not mistaken, as well, it is encompassing the like App Store for Androids as
that's
well.
correct,
Right,
yes.
so you can have. I think we said pretty much anything you can have on like Google Play. You can have alongside this.
Yeah, I think the example in this video was TikTok, but yeah.
Yeah, and it was a way. It was also a
There
way
you go.
to get around Amazon's, like
Store
app
holding.
enforcement.
Yeah.
Which was quite an interesting step by Windows.
I like the look they're going for. I like how clean it is. I'm not sure about some of the changes, but it'll be. It's Windows 10 is solid. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not great, but there's nothing wrong with it. So as long as they don't change too much, then it shouldn't be much of a problem.
We have flashbacks back to when Windows 10 was first introduced. However, many people accidentally ended up installing it, or the installation was forced upon them, and it broke all of their stuff.
This is true. Microsoft have come out and said that Windows 11 is not going to be necessary. You're not going to have to upgrade to.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Windows 11
as
unless you want to.
vicious as Windows 10 was in trying to get you to download. It's like, did you know you've not downloaded this yet? I'm like, yeah, because everybody else.
Pop up every 3 hours.
I'm like, yeah, because everybody else I know that downloaded this, their computer broke. So the only time I ended up with Windows 10 was when I bought a laptop that came with it.
And you can buy it early, I believe, right? But then if there's a free update that is available,
it's a free upgrade
to all
It's a free
Windows
upgrade.
10s.
So anybody that has Windows 10 will
Windows 10.
automatically have access to Windows 11 once it's released to the public at no extra charge. It will be completely free once it's out into public use. But it's interesting seeing sort of Series X sort of functionality coming to PC, especially with Microsoft Windows, so quickly. It's never happened this fast before. Taking something that was specifically built for consoles. I mean, traditionally, if you go back to, say, the PlayStation 3, a lot of the hardware and software improvements that were made through that console's lifespan were never seen in anything else for a long, long time. And the PS3 was therefore way ahead of the rest of the competition in terms of tech. But it's mad to think that the Series X is still in its infancy, and yet they're already sort of pulling things into the mainstream Windows through that, which is really cool. So yeah, hopefully later this year, possibly moving into next year, so long as you have the minimum spec to be able to do it, you'll be able to make use of Auto HDR and direct storage. So there you go. Yay. Cool. And Sam, you said you would have nothing to say about this because there's so many numbers and things.
I don't like updating things. Please leave me alone. As evidenced by the top 5 video on animes where the characters are stuck in video games that's coming out this coming Thursday. Updates kill, people, so leave me the hell alone.
Fair enough. Thank you, Sam. Right, moving on to our last piece. It's Nadia. What have you got for us this week?
Yes. It was a slow news week, unfortunately. So what I've decided to talk about is the fact that Konami has announced a new social deduction game called Crimesight, which we've got the trailer here. Basically, all we have currently is a trailer, but it basically, from the gist of it, it's anime Cluedo.
It's a teaser trailer as well. There's not much to it, but yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to it. It has a few basic information things, but it seems quite interesting on the back of things like Among Us and all that kind of the popularity of this. Just kind of taking that and kind of making it a bit more involved, a bit more different. So the players need to deduce not only the killer, but also who the victim is. As it says, who's the murderer, who's the victim. And using advanced AI, players are able to determine the killer and the victim of the crime potentially before it happens. So much like Cluedo, you can find like hidden locations and things like that, and clues, and it'll, as it's popping up now, like gives you things like it is within 3 rooms of the target and things like that. The AI, you've got a good and bad AI, and it's Sherlock and Moriarty. So it's very Sherlock Holmes themed. So you've got Sherlock and Moriarty.
There you go.
Which, as it's coming out there, I'm saying it in almost perfect order. That's Moriarty. That's Sherlock. So it's as Orgosh has stated in the comments, it's Persona 5 Cluedo.
I was going to say the look of the entire thing is very Persona to
yes.
me. art style, even the fonts that you're using, that kind of stuff. You know, it's all very, very Persona.
Yeah. So it's,
Do you know
it's
it's
a
going to have a good
multiplayer.
soundtrack?
Yeah.
If nothing else.
And it's a multiplayer game. I think the multiplayer aspect of it is there's not that many people you can play. It's not like a big multiplayer. But it seems quite interesting, and I'm interested how they take it. They're currently doing the sign up for the closed beta test. So if anyone's kind of interested in checking it out and seeing what it's like, you can go to their website and sign up for that. I think the sign up for that opened on the 27th or something like that. That's right, set. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring it up because it seems like an interesting way for the move forward for social deduction games. And also it just looked quite... It was weird because of the way it was described. It kind of gives me like Psychopaths vibes. Like there's this AI that's deducing someone as a criminal before they show criminal intent or whatever. And it seems like the way that you win, obviously you get assigned the role. The killer has to kill. There's like rules for it, so they have to kill the victim in a room where there's no one else in it, and that kind of thing. So there's a few things that they have to get past, and the victim basically just has to survive and try and figure out who's good and isn't trying to kill them and stuff like that.
It was interesting to me that the breakdown of the trailer seemed to suggest that part of the game is a focus on trying to work out who the killer and victim are going to be ahead of time. You would automatically just assume games like this are just going to be all about deduction after the fact. The fact that there's a strong focus on the preemptive actions is really interesting.
Yeah. Which is kind of where it becomes interesting because I'm assuming what essentially happens is once the victim is dead, people need to... There's the person... You need to... You can't really guess who the victim is anymore. You know who the victim is, but now you have to guess who the killer is. Yeah. I assume that actually the death is pretty much where the game ends, and you kind of do need to try and get the clues before that last moment, and see if people are acting suspicious or if certain things. I assume there'll be certain things that point you in the right direction or mislead you, or that the killer can use to mislead. And then obviously if you've got a bad AI and a good AI, one will be helpful, one will not, or something like that. I'm just interested. A lot of what would actually occur in the game has not really been properly explained, even on the website. So I'm intrigued. I'm not putting my money behind it just yet, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
It does look quite interesting, and I do think that they'll probably need to put a focus on the killer to help them, because let's be honest, if you need to like abide by rules, kill a certain person, like in like Among Us and stuff like that, it's already hard enough to be the killer.
Yeah.
But then saying like you have to kill this person with this weapon in this room, do it. It's makes it tough.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why there exists both a good AI and a bad AI. I assume the good AI is trying to help people solve the crime, whereas the bad AI is essentially there to hinder or assist the killer and things like that.
That's interesting.
Wonderful. Well, that's all.
Again, a lot of this is assumptions. Yes.
That's all of the gaming news for this week, I assume, going back to assumptions. But before we get out of here, we want to give you a little tidbit, a little tease, because you may have noticed last week we did not do our super fun, super arcade show mini games. Well, that's because they've moved on to our Patreon. So if you want to see those, come and join us on the Arcade Glasgow Patreon, where you allow us to continue to do this awesome stuff while also getting a lot of awesome bonuses like special gameplays only for you, the beautiful people on the beautiful website known as Patreon. It's unfair to just take all of that goodness away from the people that watch us regularly on a Tuesday and maybe can't commit to joining us on that special platform. So instead, every week we're going to give you a little bonus game at the end of the show. And if you want to see 3 other brand new bonus games, you can check them out on Patreon this evening, the evening after the show goes live. This week, because we've got 2 minutes to do it in, it's Rush Mountmore. So Lewis, you're first. I've got you this week. You've got 30 seconds to tell me your top 4 in no particular order.
I can't hear you.
Hey, sorry, I'm breaking in.
God damn it.
Hello. What did you say? I didn't.
Top 4 in no particular order. You have to name for me your top 4 in no particular order. Professional sports teams from any sport.
Oh.
Braehead Clan from Braehead for ice hockey. Boston Bruins, also ice hockey.
Also Braehead.
Scotland, because patriotism, and then
Oh no!
Scotland's not a professional. Never mind.
hey,
What was it called?
That's time.
sports. I don't
Oh,
play sports.
no.
Average
That's
Joe's
what I gave you
gymnasium.
3 or 4. 3 or 4, not bad.
That's what I
Not
keep
bad.
talking.
Scotland
Average
is a
Joe's
team.
gymnasium from
It's not a professional
dodgeball.
team. You're not intended to get paid for playing for your team nationally. People who aren't on a professional team can play for the national team of their particular country as well. So it doesn't count as a professional sport.
Shame. Shame.
Well, I have Andrew this
Ooh.
week.
I have a
So
timer.
Andrew,
Oh.
you okay? Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, so I was looking at the one I have for someone else, so we're good.
Also, is it weird that my sport, when you say Scotland national team, my brain goes to rugby? For some reason.
Alright, I was too busy thinking rugby or
You're prouder of the rugby. that's
but yes, since you've been doing it all this week and last week as well, you've been staring at them this whole time. Can you please tell me your top 4 Xbox 360 games?
Portal. Original Portal, actually. Technically Orange Box, but we'll say just Portal because that's one game, right? Yeah. Halo. Between Halo 3 and ODST, but I'd probably just push for not ODST. Yeah, Reach. Sorry, not ODST. Halo Reach would be the one. I'm gonna say Explosion Man because I freaking love that game. And just for the shits and giggles, Doritos Crash Course.
If you want to hear more about Doritos Crash Course, check out our top 5 video in
Really?
next. In a week's
Really?
time.
Did I do it? Yes! What a segue! Moving
on.
That's beautiful. Right,
Who do you have?
I have Na 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 Nadia, and it's written on my
Na,
phone.
na, na,
I wrote it
Nadia.
down in the car on the way in. So, Nadia, I would like your Rush, Mentmore, or top 4 in no particular order of yearly special occasions since it was your birthday last week. National holidays. What are your top 4 national holidays?
Annual special occasion.
Christmas,
Okay.
Halloween,
This is Halloween.
my birthday, I guess. Easter? I get chocolate on Easter. I'll count that. There we go.
I love Nadia's melty brain just trying to work out what does Andrew want? What?
What is?
Well,
Well, I'm just like, do I actually
What?
care about holidays? Apparently
No.
not.
No.
I pick President's Day and Arbor Day. What's Labor Day? I pick that one.
Why is there a Labour Day and no Conservative Day? I feel bad for Nadia.
Nadia, who have you got?
I have Sam.
That's
Oh,
me.
surprise!
Oh, she's got
And-
the timer.
My question for Sam is, what is your top 4 basketball strips?
Oh, now that's really interesting. I'm going to go for the white Vancouver Grizzlies because it's white with like aqua blue and red, or the blue version of that strip clothing in shorts form. The white hot Miami Heat, which was just all white with black outlines. That was pretty baller. I have to pick one for my favourite team, so I'm going to go with the current graffiti script black LA Clippers jersey. And as I'm panicking, I'll just pick the LA Clippers jersey. LA Lakers of the 80s. Because that's what Magic wore.
Oh. I was making noises at me.
Nice.
Thank
nice,
you. I liked
nice.
that one. Although I did panic at the end, and there are much better answers to like, the last two.
That's the beauty
But
of the
I-
Rush
Important.
Mentmore.
That's
That's the beauty
important.
of Mount Mushmore. Rush Mentmore. Damn it.
Mushmore?
Mushmore.
If you
Mushmore.
want to hear Andrew talk bad words goodly, maybe perhaps, then you can also join us on Patreon later this evening or tomorrow, where you will find Super Arcade Show bonus content. But for now, I've been Sam.
I've been Nadia. No, damn it, I got it wrong again. I've been Andrew.
I'm Nadia.
Our names are on the screen.
And you can catch us on Arcade and Arcade 2 throughout the week. Thank you for joining us. You've been beautiful, as Lewis would say. Get out, as I would say.
Stick around for the raid. I'm gonna chuck you guys over OLL games. Have fun. Be good,
They're playing
everyone.
Aladdin.
They're playing Aladdin. Bill's playing
You wanna find
Aladdin.
If you want to find out more about Aladdin, you can go to our YouTube channel and check out top 5 movie games. It's just us, honestly.
Love yous.
Bye.